Hi, how are you doing today? I hope your day's going as incredibly well as you are. Today we're going to be taking a look at a short story called The Man in the Woods by Shirley Jackson in this 2017 collection that was published by Penguin Classics that we've been doing a deeper dive into for you. Now this short story is a bit longer. It takes us about 13, 14 pages long in this book. So it took me about 25 minutes last night for me to knock it out. It's pretty fine for a short story. About half an hour is about rough for what you would expect for a short story. So it's right about on cue in this bigger collection, which I'll link you to below in the comments below. I did enjoy this short story. We're doing a deeper dive into Shirley Jackson. She's a beloved American horror writer. She's actually in my Mount Rushmore for the 4 best, most influential horror writers of all time, along with Stephen King and also H.P. Lovecraft and Edgar Allan Poe, the first one. And probably still the most significant one. Your mileage may vary, but I'm sure most of us would put Shirley Jackson on your top 10 as to what your Mount Rushmore would be. That's mine. We're doing a deep dive into Shirley Jackson because previously I only read 2 things. One was her big novel, The Haunting of Hill House, which I read for this channel over spring break a couple of years ago. Enjoyed it a lot. I think I gave it an 8 out of 10, but I'm 100% sure. And then The Lottery, which I read when I was a kid in school in one of my literature classes. I loved it too. And I haven't reviewed it for this channel because I haven't gone back to reread it. But I still think of it, remember it, and so forth. And it's definitely a gripping short story. And I would give it a 10 out of 10 if I were to review it for you. So both of those are really strong, right? So I wanted to do a deep dive, hence the Penguin Classics collection called Darktale. But some of the short stories in this collection actually aren't horror, which is fine. I mean, I'm still going to do reviews for them. But, you know, they're sort of buyer beware, if you will. If you're looking for a horror collection of Shirley Jackson, this has some horror short stories in it too. This one has no horror in it. You know, it's more fantasy than horror, although it's not really that fantasy either. But it's more told in a whimsical way, if you will, rather than a horror style of methodology. But anyway, our primary character is getting lost while walking down the woods, called The Man in the Woods, right? And he's going to come across a house in the center of the woods, and he's going to spend a couple of days there. And he's going to meet a lot of people and then get a more and more deeper appreciation for what's happening in this house. And then that's sort of the key sort of concept. Now, again, I can't my reviews spoiler free, so in case you've never heard of it before, you're reading this collection, a short story a day, just like I am. You won't get too surprised or something like that, and I won't blow too much of the surprise as to what's happening. But there you are. That's the core concept of The Man in the Woods. It's a lot of fun, and I enjoyed reading it. I'm giving it a 7. It's actually 7+ because, you know, again, it's well written by Shirley Jackson. There's a reason why she's so beloved, right? She's a good penman, and there's a lot of fun things that are happening in this short story. It's well described, well things. The house is a lot of fun. Characters, it's a cat. There's a lot of fun things that are happening here in this short story, from world building to descriptions. So I enjoyed it. It's not too long. It's not long enough, or too short. It's just long enough, which I approve. And so there you are. That's The Man in the Woods by Shirley Jackson. Have you read it? If so, what'd you think? Did you approve or did you like it? Let's talk about your comments and the thoughts below. Whatever it is. If you enjoyed this, why not hit that subscribe button? There's going to be a lot more of these to follow up. And finally, I want to thank you so much for taking some time out of your day and investing in it and watching my video. We all have so many things that are happening in our lives, and we're pulled in so many different directions. So the fact that you spent this time with me is incredibly humbling, and I appreciate it. So thanks again, and have an amazing day.